Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making an Italian spinach and ricotta filled ravioli. Today I'm going to use a wonton wrapper instead of making my pasta dough from scratch. These really come out great. You can fill them with anything, a mushroom filling or pumpkin in the fall, seafood, any kind of filling that you'd like. I'm also going to be making one of my favorite marinara sauces. It's so simple. So please enjoy the video. You'll find the ingredients listed below in the description box, and go to My Italian Kitchen by Chef Diane Mantica on Facebook for the full recipe. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It sure helps my channel. Thanks, have a great day, and ciao. You can use frozen chopped spinach for this, and make sure that you squeeze all of the water out of it, but I really do love fresh baby spinach. After you cool the spinach in the fridge, make sure that you squeeze all of the water out of it and then chop it really fine. Make sure you use extra virgin olive oil in your marinara sauce. You'll really taste the difference. They use this in Italy all the time for cooking. I put my garlic in later when my onions are really soft. If you put it in too early, the garlic will burn. You'll want to have something ready to put your ravioli on. I just use a big cookie sheet, anything you want, and then sprinkle some flour onto some parchment paper, or wax paper would work too. The spinach is already chopped and underneath the ricotta, and here's the nutmeg. In Italy they use this a lot, and it makes all the difference in the world with creamy things like ricotta or cream. It's so good. The beaten egg is going to tighten up the mixture so that it stays a little firmer inside of the ravioli wrapper. Let's get this mixture into the refrigerator for about a half an hour. It'll just firm it up a little bit. So we're ready to go. Grab your wonton wrappers, take out a small amount at a time so they don't dry out, and then make them one at a time, of course. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways of crimping them or sealing them, and also a really cool looking triangular ravioli. You really have to seal your ravioli with a beaten egg. I would even do this if I were using my regular homemade dough. It'll seal that up really well, that ravioli, so it doesn't leak out or burst. Only put about 1 teaspoonful of filling in the ravioli. It's really easy to get carried away and want to add more, but if you do, it won't seal properly. Also, I'm going to show you a method of sealing the edges with a fork, and that's what my grandmother from Italy taught us to do. And I'm also going to use a crimper later. It's really pretty. If you don't have it, the fork method will do too. Using the fork or the crimper is just going to be extra security so that the ravioli doesn't open up while you cook it. The egg glaze really helped tremendously, but this is also important to do. Now I'm going to use a pastry cutter next, and you can get these on Amazon or in Italian specialty stores or a gourmet shop. It makes a really pretty edge. It also seals really well, but probably just as easy as with the fork. Make sure you get all of the air bubbles out of the ravioli once you put the top wrapper on, because if you don't, they'll just sort of filled with water when you cook them. So that's really an important thing to do. Really push down on the pastry crimper to get a really good seal on it. So here comes the triangular shaped ravioli. You're just going to use one piece of the wonton wrapper, and then you're going to fold it over from one point to the other point. But follow the method with putting about a teaspoon of filling in. Make sure you use your egg wash and get all of that air out. I'm using a fork on this, but you could absolutely use your pastry cutter or crimper too. They're both great. That was a spider I just showed you, and they're really great to have as a utensil. You can lift ravioli or gnocchi and many things out of pasta water. Use them for other things too. I'm going to be using a pan that's kind of low to boil my ravioli. I don't want something really tall like for spaghetti or dry pasta. They're really delicate, and I want to have them very visible and spaced apart from each other. Because ravioli are so delicate, I always like to put them on a bed of sauce, even if it's in a large serving platter. Then I dollop sauce on top of them. It's really hard to stir them around like you would with a rigatoni or some other pasta. They'll really break apart. So just do a little dollop on each ravioli. It's going to be fabulous. Make sure to shake all of the water out of your ravioli. Just take that extra, 30 seconds to do that. And you'll really be happy. You won't have watery sauce, and it's going to be great. I always serve my ravioli with both a knife and a fork. It's really hard to cut sometimes with just the fork, and this really helps out a lot. I've also sprinkled some of my pecorino romano cheese on top. It's so good.